Hey guys, happy October. Can you believe it is October 2023 already? This year has just absolutely flown by. I can't believe it. I turned 53 last month and the whole month of September has just been a whirlwind. We were traveling and stuff and had my birthday celebration and some other things happening with the family. My dad had to have a procedure that was kind of scary, but he's doing well and we are past that. So it is now October. We are in the home stretch, peeps, of 2023. And in as much as, you know, a lot of people focus on the last quarter and quarter goals and things like that, we've got 3 months. And I intend to do everything I can with the last 3 months of this year. So I want to take this video to do a kind of a reset, review, reflect of 2023. So we take a really good step, the best foot forward in 2024. Instead of kind of letting this last 3 months go and enjoy the holidays and have the extra cookie. And of course you should. And of course you should enjoy the holidays and enjoy time with your friends and family and all the celebrations and community and fellowship that comes with that. But that doesn't mean we have to totally let ourselves go. And there are a few things that we can implement for ourselves that can help keep us on track to allow for those the extra cookie, the extra cocktail, whatever that might be happening at the celebrations this year. So I came up with a list of things that I'm planning to focus on, and I'm hoping that you'll take this journey with me and tweak this list to your needs and what you feel best for you. That's going to take you through these last 3 months of 2023. So you're walking into 2024 being your best self, feeling good, looking good, having your goals ready for you. That way you don't step into 2024 on January 1st and say, okay, now I'm going to get started. You're already going to be ready. And you're going to have your base layer set. So come along with me on this journey. Take these tips that I plan on using for myself and tweak them for yourself as you see fit. One of my first habits, and pardon me, I've got my readers because I took a ton of notes, is to get out of the house. One of the things I'm planning on doing in the next 3 months is actually getting out of my house on a daily basis. In my last video, I mentioned that I'm a pseudo empty nester. And school, I don't have to get out of the house for school functions or soccer games or any of that kind of stuff anymore. So I was finding myself kind of being a homebody and not really getting out of the house, not exploring, not really doing anything, not having a sense of community or anything like that. So that's one of my goals for this last 3 months is to get out of the house, even if it's just to walk my dogs around the block, to get out of the house, to get myself ready and get out of the house on a daily basis. And part of what I'm going to do in that regard is explore my community a little bit. I've lived here for several years and there's so many museums and shops and just places that are so interesting and eclectic that I've never seen, to grab a coffee or get some flowers or just stroll around and window shop. So those are going to be some of the things that I'm putting on my to-do list for the next 3 months, and also to spend some time with friends and do these activities with friends. I've also find myself becoming somewhat of a hermit and not making time for my friendships. And that is also part of my getting out of the house, is also nurturing my friendships along with getting out of the house. So that's number 1. Number 2 is getting out of bed and waking up and getting out of bed by 7 a.m. I find it very easy to just sleep until my body tells me it's time to get up. And that's very healthy to an extent. But when I found myself oversleeping and staying in bed for 9 hours, 9.5 hours, it's part of that sleeping, part of that just being lazy and laying around and scrolling on my phone. I'm going to tweak that a little bit, and I want to get out of bed by 7 o'clock every morning. I want to see the sunrise, get my circadian rhythms back. So I'm getting up with the sun and slowing down my days when the sun sets. So kind of getting back in tune with my circadian rhythm and getting up and out of bed at 7 a.m. That's part of getting up early in the morning. But part two of that, I'm a morning person. I know this about myself. I'm more productive in the morning. I get more done between the hours of 7 and 2 p.m. than I do the entire day. So if I'm not getting up and out of bed and having my coffee until 9, I'm losing 2 really good hours of productivity that I want to get back. So 7 a.m. out of bed and hopefully seeing the sunrise. Number 3 for me in my habit tracking is I'm trying to learn a new language. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I've been taking Spanish lessons with a private person for several months now, and she is phenomenal. She's a rock star. And if you're trying to learn a new language and you have the opportunity to take a private lesson, I highly recommend it. That being said, you have to put in the work. And I've been really lazy and not putting in the work. I put in my class time, and that's great. But I really need to focus and spend a couple of, some extra time studying, almost like a class, and like a college class, and getting homework. You have to do the homework. Well, I haven't been doing my homework. So I have committed to doing 20 minutes of study every day for Spanish. I have a why around this goal too, and I think that's important. If you have something like this, back to reflect a little bit, back at the beginning of 2023 on my list of goals was to learn Spanish. And I took the right steps and I got in the class. However, I'm not putting in the work. So I baby stepped my way into it, but in looking back, now I really need to get focused and hone in and actually spend some time and dedication to learn the language. My husband speaks Spanish, and one of my whys is my mother-in-law. She's 96. She came over from Cuba. She taught English as a teacher. She was an English teacher, so she was teaching, actually, I take that back. She was a Spanish teacher teaching Spanish to English students. So my goal is I want to be able to have some semblance of a conversation with her in Spanish. That's my goal. Number 4 on my list is 40 ounces of water. Now we're getting into a little bit of the fitness, kind of health goals of it all. And 80 ounces of water is what my body feels best at. I'll show you a little clip of me doing my morning routine in the morning, and this kind of encompasses a little bit of 4 on my list of habits that I want to implement these next 3 months and going forward. But it's most specifically for the next 3 months is drinking 80 ounces of water every day. And this kind of goes hand in hand with my supplement goal to make sure that I supplement my body properly. So those are kind of 4 and 5. I'll show a little clip of me and my morning routine. I drink a mason jar full of water with lemon and apple cider vinegar. I put a little over a tablespoon. I kind of over pour a tablespoon into my water. And then I take all my supplements with that. I can list all the supplements that I take, and we can discuss that at a later date if that's something that you're interested in. I'm not a doctor, but I'll be happy to share with you what I take and what works for me. So 80 ounces of water is what my goal is. I have do my 24 ounces in the mason jar, and then I have a 32 ounce water bottle that I fill up twice and get those down. So that's one of my goals. I've been doing pretty good with that, but I wanted to keep it on my list to make sure that I stay on track. Number 5 on my list is the supplementation. And I have recently gone to, I got my hormones checked. She's like an anti-aging ARNP, and she's really good, super smart. And I got my blood panel done. And there's some supplements that I need to take to optimize my health. So getting those new supplements implemented into my routine has been a little bit tricky. So that's one of my new goals, is to make sure that I stay on track and check that box off my list every day. Just for your information, if you're curious, I do supplement thyroid, but based on my blood work. And during this last panel that I had done, my testosterone is low. So I am supplementing testosterone now. So we'll see how that goes. So far, so good. It hasn't been long enough. I've only been doing it a week. So to be continued with that. My next goal, number 6, is to walk 10,000 steps a day. I love to get on the treadmill and watch all my reality television. That's kind of my thing. It's like a reward system. So I get my iPad, I put it on the treadmill, I turn on any of the Real Housewives franchises. Yes, I'm addicted to them all. And I've just started watching, what's the a new one that just started their season? Southern Charm. I've watched a couple episodes. I think it's cute. It keeps my mind busy while I'm on the treadmill. And so I do walk for an hour on the treadmill. I like 3.5 or 3.9 incline or miles per hour. And then I try and do an incline, typically about 10. And that's been my routine, and I'm going to stick with that, in addition to getting some outside time and walking my dogs. So that should get me to my 10,000 steps. In addition to that, kind of a B or an A to my 10,000 steps is strength training or yoga or Pilates or some other kind of activity for muscle tone and to just strengthen my body. I've gotten into Caroline Gervain. I hope I'm saying her last name correctly. Cutest girl. She started recording. She's a personal trainer, and she started recording YouTube videos when COVID came out. She is a rock star. Hard workouts, but good. She challenges you. They're fun. Check her out. She's on YouTube, Caroline Gervain. She's got hundreds of workout videos and programs to follow. So I've currently been doing the Epic program. I'm almost done with that. The problem is I've been working on the Epic program. It's like I think it's a 60-day program. I've been working on it for like 90 days. So I want to start doing that a little more consistency. I also like to do yoga at least twice a week. I go to hot yoga at a studio here in town, which I love. And so that's kind of my A to my walking 10,000 steps is also strength training and or yoga 3 times a week. Skincare routine. I love my agency subscription. They send me retinoid and like a dark spot treatment every like 60 days. You check in with their doctor, you send them photos, and they check in with you and see how you're doing, and then they send you their product. I love agency. Check that out if you're interested. Or find a skincare routine that works for you. Something that you'll be consistent with. That includes sunscreen. I highly recommend sunscreen. There's a good one that you can wear under your makeup. It's Ulta, I believe it's called. It's tinted. I'll leave it linked down below. You can get it on Amazon. It wears very well under your makeup. I get one from my esthetician, and it's also a tinted sunscreen, and it kind of changes color to your face. I'll show you a little clip of me doing my skincare in the morning before my makeup. And the last thing I do in this clip is the sunscreen that I got from my esthetician, and I'll leave a link to what it's called down below. It's got SPF, I think, of 50 in it. But I highly recommend finding a skincare routine for morning and at night that works for you, that feels good for you. As we get older, our skin tends to dry out a little bit, need some extra TLC. So just find what routine works for you if skincare is in and on your list of things to do for the next 3 months leading into 2024. Also on my list, this is going to be number 9, I believe, is tidying the house for 10 minutes every day. I cannot stand clutter. It drives me crazy. However, I don't live alone. So there are little things here and there, and I leave stuff when I walk in the door. I'll leave my purse and whatever else. Anyhow, tidying the house, cleaning up clutter, getting the sink cleaned, again, the dishes out of the sink, all that kind of stuff, putting dirty clothes away. 10 minutes a day is all it takes to keep your house and your area tidy. Also, my desk tends to get very cluttered, bills unpaid or paid that I leave on the desk. So I think there's a saying, cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind, and I have enough trouble focusing on my own. I don't need to hinder my own best efforts. So tidying up my desk is also within those 10 minutes to keep myself on track. Eating well and staying on track with my nutrition. This is a biggie, especially for these last 3 months. With the holidays coming, we've got Halloween candy, anything pumpkin spice is delicious. Usually comes in a baked good or a really delectable coffee. Thanksgiving, all the holiday parties, the cocktails that go along with that if you do imbibe in the cocktails, Christmas, then there's New Year's, the week between Christmas and New Year's, where everybody's still kind of visiting and enjoying each other's company. That's a lot. So just stick to eating as best you can. Shoot for the 80-20 rule, which is what I kind of do. So being good 80% of the time, staying away from processed foods as much as you can. Enjoy the treats, enjoy the holidays, enjoy baking and tasting all of the wonderful things, and enjoy your, the homemade goods that make you feel like home, all the home cooked meals and things like that that really bring you back into family and fellowship together. Just be mindful on the days when you're not enjoying and partying, for lack of a better word, to be mindful of what you're eating. Get some fruits and veggies in there, maybe have a smoothie, throw some chia, just to make sure you're keeping your nutrition on point so you feel good. You'll be feeling good for all those parties and the late nights, and treat your body well. And lastly, I think this is number 11 for our habits, is take some time to reflect on 2023. Take a look back at your goals that you set for yourself back in January, and to take an assessment of where you are today. 3 months is a lot of time, guys, and we have a real opportunity here to take 2023 by the horns and really move the ball forward on some of the goals that you set for yourself. So let's not give up on 2023, in as much as I want to take a look back and kind of reflect what's worked, what hasn't, what I need to change to make these last 3 months of 2023 the absolute best. That way, when we take a step into 2024, we can feel really amazing about 2023, where we've been, where we've come, and where we're going in 2024. So stay with me on this journey. If you like this kind of video, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, come along on this journey with me. I do lifestyle, planning, intentions, fashion, a little bit of makeup, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun. So please do me a favor, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.